Alright guys, what is good? It's your boy Fruit Loop back at it again with another video. Today we'll be doing a story time from my life. So yeah, but before we get started, y'all bitches best hit that thumbs up or else. Chick-fil-A will close down. That's it. You like Chick-fil-A? You best like the video. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Alright, so this is a time when me and a few of my friends were out. We were just messing around and, we were on bikes and everything and scooters. And we thought it was a good idea to go doorbell ditching. So we were like, yeah, why not? Let's go doorbell ditch. We're just going to mess around, have some fun, This was before, the whole, quarantine got serious, by the way. So before y'all yell at me, there's that right there. But, yeah. So we have, few people that we love to hit to bang on their door because we get reactions. If there's anyone older watching this, if you want people to stop doorbell ditching you, don't give them a reaction because that's what we love. So yeah, there's that out there. So we've only hit this guy once before, and we called him the whistling man because when we doorbell ditched him, he just stood out on his front porch and just started whistling at us like a dog whistle and just yelling at us. So of course we would sprint away from him. So so we were like, yo, let's say whistling man. And I was like, all right, me and let's just call him hold on, let me see if I can use their names. I'll give you a call back, or I'll join back in a second. Alright, so I just got off the phone with both of them, and one of them was calling me. Oh, just kidding. Alright, so I just got off the phone with both of them, and they said I could use their names. So we're in my neighborhood, and I'm with my two friends, Madden and McCoy. And for you guys that don't know, my name is Jack in real life. So there's that. So we're in my neighborhood, right, and we're like, let's go hit a whistling man. And me and Madden were like, we just hit the houses before us. McCoy, you go hit it. So he runs up. And then he bangs on that shit as loud as he can. And we were kind of laughing. And then he didn't come out for a good I'd say 30, 45 seconds. And then, so yeah, he didn't come out. So we just started slowly running away thinking he wasn't home or he just didn't care anymore. And then we hear the door open and he just screams, "Hey, you think this is fucking funny?" And then he just starts sprinting. Now, Mans was so fast. Y'all don't get it. I was on a BMX bike and they were on two scooters because I skateboard, but we were trying to be fast, so we took BMX bikes and scooters because they're typically faster. So we take those out and yeah, and he just screams, "Hey, you think this is fucking funny?" And he just starts sprinting. And you guys don't get how fast he was sprinting. So all of our hearts just start running and racing. And we just immediately just start pedaling, pushing as fast as we can. Me and Madden go to the right. Madden has a faster scooter and I'm on a BMX bike, so I'm obviously the fastest. And then McCoy has a really slow scooter. It's a really bad one. But it's, all I have, so it's better than nothing. So me and Madden just take a right because we're just we don't know what's going on. And then McCoy looks before he turns, and to the left there's this huge downhill, and if he kept going where me and Madden were going, he would have caught up to him. That's how fast Mans was. He was so fast. So McCoy kind of takes one for the team, but saves himself at the same time, and he goes left to the downhill. And the man, let's just call him Marin. That's the man's name because he is a male Karen. So his name's gonna be Marin for this. Well, actually, let's just call him Marin. So Marin turns to the left and just starts sprinting full speed. You guys don't get how fast he actually was. It was just incredible how fast the man's was. So yeah, me and Madden just kind of start riding around. We thought we lost him, and then we started getting scared because we haven't heard from McCoy. So I call McCoy and everything. And then he doesn't answer, and that's when me and Madden get really scared. Then I call him again, and then he's just laughing, and he goes, "Yo, Jack, I lost him. I outplayed that son of a bitch." And I was like, "Oh, okay, come meet us at the we're at the basketball court, so I go, come meet us at the basketball court. He goes, okay, and then I just hear him scream, like, like not like a like horror movie like scary scream, but he just goes, oh shit, and then the phone hangs up, and yeah, that's when we get really scared, and then we look over and we just see McCoy just scootering as fast as we can, and we look over and there's Marin just sprinting like right fucking behind him. And we're like, oh shit, because he sees us, so we start like going up where he can't really see us, like behind some like hills and stuff. And that's when our heart starts like really running, because it's been like 5 minutes at this point and he was still chasing us. But that's not where it ends whatsoever. So eventually he was like, he calls me and Madden, and he goes, ayo Jack, I'm at this school. I'm not gonna say what school it is, obviously, but he's like, I'm at this school. And then we were like, alright, bet, I'll meet you there. We're like right around the corner. So we start riding, and we get to the school parking lot, and we're just sitting there. And then we call him again, and he answers, and I'm like, yo, we're at the school. Where are you? And he was like, I might have just saw him. Hold on, I'm laying low by this house. I'm not gonna say who it is. It's one of our friends' house that we double ditched earlier. So he was kind of by that house, which was right next to the school. And I was like, okay. And then we just see him. And me and Madden don't think he sees us, so we're kind of just chilling. And then he turns his head like super fast. He like starts acting chill, but he noticed like he's looking at us. So we start like slowly riding away. And then he just starts sprinting. And I tell you, it's the funniest, scariest thing you will ever see. So finally, it's been like 15, 20 minutes now. And we start riding up to this place. Again, I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it's like a little, how do I describe it? It's like in my neighborhood, there's like this thing, and it's like across like a major street. And so we were like, we called him and we told him we're gonna meet up there because there's like food places and like ice cream places and all that. So we were like, we could just go into one of those shops as long as we don't see him and everything. So I call McCoy, and he's like, yo, I'm at my old apartment. And his old apartments weren't super far, but they were like pretty far. It was like a good like 10-minute ride. And we were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing all the way over there? And he was like, he chased me. And then I outplayed his bitch ass. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. Come meet us at the restaurant that we were gonna go to. It's like a little food place. It's like a fast food place. And he was like, nah, that's where I saw him last. And then I was like, oh, okay, go to the parking garage. And there was like this parking garage to this place. And then he was like, all right, I'll meet y'all there. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. So we go to the parking garage, and we're just kind of chilling there. And then, so yeah, we all meet up at the parking garage. And then we go to this big hill that like overlooks all of my neighborhood pretty much. Not the whole thing, because my neighborhood's really big. But it overlooks a lot of my neighborhood. So we go to that place to see if we can kind of see him. And we were like, all right, thank God we're in the clear. So that's what we thought. And then we were like, dude, that was actually kind of fun. And then we see a guy with a blue shirt. He was wearing a blue shirt. We see a guy with a blue shirt, and I was like, shit, we're white. We have to go investigate and see if that's him. And then they were like, nah, you can. He's too fast. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm on the BMX bike. I'm the fastest. So I go ride down, and I'm like slowly riding behind me. And at this point, he's like right in front of my house, almost like he's just like in front of my house. So yeah, he's right in front of my house. So I start like slowly pedaling behind him to kind of see, because he has a really ugly haircut, like really ugly haircut. I was trying to see if it was his haircut, and I was like, I think it might be him. And then my dad is in the front yard, and he goes, oh, hey, Jack. And the guy turns his head so fast, and he just looks at me. And I go, oh, shit. My dad just blew it for me. So I take, like, a hard right. I don't know how my dad didn't see it, luckily. But I take a hard right, and, yeah, I just start pedaling as hard as I can. He's right there whistling again, yelling. And I can't go back to, like, the hill because I'm not going to, sell them out of their spot, because it was a pretty good spot. They can see everything. So I end up getting really scared because I'm by myself with like a 50-year-old man chasing me that's faster than Usain fucking Bolt. And yeah, so I call my friend. I knew she was at her grandma's house, and her grandma's house is like right next to me. And I was like, yo, let me come into your grandma's house. There's a random old man chasing me because I doorbell ditched him. And she was like, oh, I left like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, shit. And she was like, you can come to my house though. And I'm like, that's so far away because I have a really big neighborhood, and it would take me like about 20 minutes to get back up to there. So I just start like going in and out of alleyways, and eventually I don't see him anymore. So I go back to where they were, and they were like, was it him? And I like told them the story and everything. They're like, shit. And then they were like, let's just go back to your house. I was like, all right. So we made sure he wasn't looking at us. We went back into my house. And then, yeah, so we thought it was all fine. And McCoy was like, that was actually hella fun. Let's go back out and look for him. And Ben was like, oh, hell no. Are you stupid? And I was kind of like the same. I was like in between because it was kind of fun, but at the same time, it was scarier than shit. So I was like, finally, we all agreed somehow to go back out. And then we were like, we're not going to doorbell ditch him again. Let's just go out and kind of like look around. So we were like, okay, we go back out on our bikes and scooters and everything. And we were just kind of like riding around. And we were like, yeah, he went inside for sure. And then there's this like minivan pulling up. And we thought it was just nothing. He turns right, and then he does like the like loudest stop ever, like a screeching stop, like pulls in front of us, and just gets out. So we immediately just like shit all of our pants and just start going as fast as we can. Then he grabs Madden because Madden was in the back, and Madden was gonna turn left, but then he just followed us because he didn't want to split up. And since he like started turning left and then had to turn back right, the guy like grabbed him by his thing. So both me and McCoy aren't gonna ditch him, of course. So we just like turn back around. We're like, yo, don't touch him, you know, because there's a random old guy just holding on to him. We're like, yo, back the fuck off. You're not gonna touch him. Like, let go of him. And he's still holding on to him. And Madden's like fists are balled up. Like, homeboy was skinny. Madden's big. He's strong and everything. Madden was about to swing because there's just a random old guy just holding on to them. Because we knocked on his door and ran. Like, so yeah, we're like, yo, let go of him right now. So he finally lets go of him, but then he like grabs onto the scooter. And he was like, where do you live? Like all these type of things. He was like, where do you live? Who's your dad? Like all that type of things. He was like, he had like an accent, so he wasn't like the best at English. And he was like, why you knock on door? Why you knock on door? Why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? And we were just like, yo, chill, give me my scooter back. And he grabs it, and he was like, do you want me to walk you home? Do you want me to call the cops? We were like, you can call the cops. You're the one that just grabbed me. We didn't do anything wrong. Like, the cops really won't care as much as you do right now. And he's like, do not give me attitude. And then he was like, where do you live? And we all just point in the way that we don't live. So we all just point in the opposite ways of our house pretty much. And, so, yeah, we were kind of just keeping that safe. Then he was like, give me your word that you won't do this again. And then McCoy grabs the scooter from him. Then he was like, okay, because if we have to start running, then we have to start running again. So now we have our scooter. He's not holding on to him anymore. We're getting ready to run. And he was like, okay, just do not knock on door again, okay? We were like, all right. And then he eventually leaves. He had like 2 kids with him. That's what's the weird part. He brought his 2 kids. They're only like, they looked really young. They looked like they were like 8 or 9 and stuff. So that's the bizarre part. So yeah. So that's when we think it's the end of it. And actually, I've been recording for a while now. So if you want a part 2, we got chased again the same day. So if I see enough support on this video, I'll drop the second part of this when we get chased in the same day. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like for sure. And yeah, have a good day. I'm out.